Tonight, at the table, he's the founder of one of the hottest event companies in the Philly area. The man behind packed dance floors, luxury weddings, Eagles tailgates, and high-energy events all over the tri-state. From spinning at city bars to building Smooth Event Group into a full-scale entertainment brand, he's become one of the most recognizable DJs in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you my friend, DJ Smooth.
Yeah.
Hello, Will.
How we doing?
What's going on?
Welcome to the table.
Thanks.
My name's Will. I'll be taking care of you. I got us some drinks on the table already. What are we thinking for food tonight?
I'll allow my guests to go first.
I think I'm going to go with the Dom wrap.
Yeah, I think you're
Sounds
gonna like
good.
that. You know what I'm gonna do with chips on the side, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I got you a little side of our gravy for dipping the chips into.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh-oh. And I'm going to do a wrap with grilled chicken, tomatoes, spinach, olives, and sharp provolone. A little custom John, pasta on the side. We'll call it a day.
I like that.
Thank you.
Bang. Awesome. Quick question for you. So I was curious, do you have to be an extremely hot chick, a fabulously gay man, or Kevin Hart to get inside a DJ booth? It's like, what are the chances?
Inside
guy
a
like,
booth or my booth?
Well, like any booth, yeah. Do I have a chance?
No. I'm kidding. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
No,
make
well,
sure there's extra love on that dog.
The first question he asked, the answer would have been no. You don't have to be. So
Well, I like that better. Yeah. All right, well, DJ Smooth, Austin, my friend, thanks for coming down, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
I was
It's
just
an
here
honor.
a couple weeks ago.
I
right?
know, it's fire. This is the most you've been here in quite a bit.
Love it.
It's awesome. I'll take that out of your way. So first and foremost, for anyone who might not know you, tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, whatever you would want the people to know.
So, most recently, I've done a couple different types of businesses, but came up in the Philly area and run a talent agency, DJ company, and we're based in Jersey and Philadelphia, so probably a lot of different events throughout the city and down the shore. So most people would know me from that, but do a lot of events with the Eagles for the tailgates at Stateside Live. Shout out to the new construction getting done as we speak. I work for the Phillies, so I DJ at the stadium. But more importantly, I think that's how we know each other from the Eagles games.
Guy wears a lot of hats.
From the tailgates, so.
Yeah, I initially met you. I can't recall who it was for, but you opened for somebody in Atlantic City at the pool, Harris Pool, and I was tagging along with some friends who knew you.
Kelly, right?
Yep. And then I was like, this dude's sick. And then you just kept popping up everywhere. And then I was like, I stuck to you once you started doing the Eagles tailgates. Yep. And it just went on from there. So
when was the last time you were at one of the events? Probably been a few years, right?
Probably New Year's Eve when I saw you a couple years ago. Yeah, New Year's Eve. So it was funny for me. I quit the drinking, and for a while I wasn't going out at all. It wasn't until like recently that I even started to go back out, like be able to be out and not drink type thing. It was like a weird.
I'm kind of going through that right now, and I enjoy it. I was out last night and just went to dinner, went to the bar across the street, and I'm okay with not drinking.
Yeah.
I think I feel better. Like I was talking to somebody on the way here, just energy-wise, and my brain's a lot clearer, like thinking. So yeah, it's been great not drinking. I mean, it's only been 4 months, but I'm kind of in the same boat, just trying to focus on my health, and it's different. Like I always was, not a huge partier, but when you're out socializing and drinking, you have 4 or 5. It tends to kind of mess with the next couple days too.
Absolutely, you're a DJ, so people are just feeding them to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you. I mean, my life totally began to grow in a lot of ways once I got the freed up mental block that comes with drinking. But did you always grow up musically inclined or entrepreneurially inclined?
Yeah, my dad's like that. But music-wise, I think as a kid, like there's always pictures of me with headphones on, and I definitely always enjoyed it. I think the entrepreneur part is especially interesting recently because I've taken on other businesses and tried to get involved with my hands in a lot of different things, and some stuff is successful, some's not. It might look cool or seem easy on Instagram, but there's a lot of work that goes behind it. And recently I've learned a lot more about self-reflection and trying to apply that to my business now with the DJ company. And there's a lot of egos involved in the industry, so it's just trying to like manage people and focus more time on one business right now is kind of where I've landed. But I think the background of just like you, the hard working piece is from, you know, my dad. He kind of has his own business and worked corporate for a long time and then ended up doing his own thing, and he's almost 70, he's still climbing under sinks, and he's a contractor, so he does a lot of his own work. But I think I enjoy the freedom of kind of making my own schedule and being able to, you know, help other people grow, because there's a lot of younger talent that we're working with, and they just need a little bit of direction, but also training them. So I'm learning how to be more of a teacher, and I think that's the fun part now, trying to take myself out. I've always been an employee and a business owner at the same time, and as you know, that doesn't work all the time. So trying to work more on the business piece of things, and I'm sure as you go through that, people kind of see how you run your operation. So
So at what point was it that you went from you were out there spinning to let me turn this into something bigger where I can recruit people and we can do this as a team?
Well, I did start working for another company before I even had mine. So after college, I worked for 2 or 3 different companies. And then in 2016, it was like 2 years after I graduated, I started Smooth Entertainment, which is now Event Group. But I think the moment that I started doing my own events, and when I wasn't available, I just turned them away. And then I started to realize that a lot of my friends were DJs, and then we started working together, which a lot of them are still working with me. But I think 2018 or 19 is really when we started adding different entertainers to our repertoire, but also partnering with different people, photographers, people that have photo booths. So once the demand kind of got a little bit bigger for our circle, I think we started to branch out a little bit more, and I realized that there's a lot of other talented individuals that I can work with and kind of like co-brand together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's like your favorite type of event to work on?
It's a good question. I think recently, maybe some of the larger productions, as in, some of the own events that we throw. So your New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day. When I'm more involved with the whole entire process, I enjoy that. And then I've learned I still enjoy DJing, but I think when I can throw the whole event, I'm not as focused on the actual DJing part of it. It's more all the pieces that went into it, and then if I hop on for an hour or 2, I'm fine with that. So
it's
so
an
I
evolution
enjoy
of
it.
things.
Right.
You've been in the trenches, DJing.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you get, like you said, to teach people and be sort of the man behind it all. You've seen it all. How did you get involved with the sports franchises, the Phillies? You're DJing for the Phillies.
Yep.
How did that happen?
Well, one of my good friends got a phone call, Eddie, and he kind of had to assemble a team because he, tours around the country with a celebrity DJ, and he couldn't do every game, so he hired 4 other guys, and I was fortunate to be one of them. But we kind of built a relationship with the Phillies the last 6 years now, so it was nice to have that opportunity to kind of step in, but not also be responsible for every game.
Yeah.
So I probably would have done the same thing. You have to have 5 or 6 people that can fill in based on availability. Especially when wedding season comes in October, it's playoff baseball. So we have to just work around each other's schedule. So it's good to have 5 people.
What's that experience like working with the Phillies doing that? The energy has to be. I mean, dude, I can't imagine. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
The energy's.
Hold that thought. Yeah, that's our Dom. That's the other sandwich.
The custom John. My own thing.
I love that. Guys, enjoy. If
Thank
you
you.
need anything, let me know.
Thank you. All right, well, take a bite. Let me know what you think. I'll do the same.
Chips are good. Is it gravy sauce you said?
Yeah, our signature sauce, andouille sausage gravy.
Is that what we use for the sausage and biscuit? Same thing?
Yep, that wrap we had, or that Benedict we had you eating.
Yeah, it was good.
So all of our stuff is like named after people. The Dom wrap that's named after my younger brother. So you're just telling
Yeah, it's
Will,
good.
awesome. You're just telling Will a little bit about the experience and the Phils. That was super interesting. Can you say that again? What you do while you're there? He asked about the walk-up stuff.
Yeah.
No walk-up music. So what else do you do?
So the players pick the walk-up music. So there's a Fanavision is basically the extension of the Phillies that we work for. They handle all the production, like replay, what you see on the big screen. They manage all of that. And then I wear a headset during the game where we communicate about when to play. You know, they communicate with the cameras on the field of where to go. So it's kind of cool. I hear all that communication. But before the game, I go down and DJ for batting practice where all of the players are kind of doing field work.
Yeah.
They're in the cage doing batting practice. And then after that's over, it's like an hour and a half. I'll go upstairs and play for pregame. And then I do most of the music between innings if they have sponsors or different types of shout outs or announcements. I kind of play in between those breaks basically. So if you're watching on TV during the commercials, that's when I'll play music.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds so fun, dude.
Yeah, it's been a cool experience. The first year that we did it, they made the World Series, so that was
Oh yeah.
That was kinda cool.
You were riding high then. That was
Yeah.
your first year into it?
yeah. So that was interesting, and it kind of just happened like that. Like they
Yeah.
weren't really supposed to make the World Series, so it was cool.
What was the vibe like for the playoffs while
Crazy.
you were doing it?
I had
right?
the chills when I was DJing.
I bet,
at
dude.
the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Everybody's
So-
just going crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting, and I still think obviously they're a contender, but you know, just the playoff baseball, like any sport, it's fun. But then when you get to kind of like be part of it and play music, they give us a lot of freedom of like what we can play. So it's kind of up to us to keep the vibe going. And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes the game gets tight or nobody's scoring and everybody's like feel like you're on the edge of your seat. So
Yeah.
it's fun to be a part of for sure.
Well, you're the vibes guy. You got to bring those
Yeah.
vibes back if it's
Yeah.
getting a little stale. And so, as I was saying, how we got to know each other a little bit better is through Eagles tailgates. Man, DJ Smooth, Eagles tailgates are really, really a core freaking memory of mine, dude.
And it's a core piece for me. Like we just were doing them in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Everybody would leave show. I had to clean up all the cans. Like, there was a lot of time that I would show up at like 4 a.m. after I just played in the city and just sleep in my car and set up. But it's been cool to see the transformation of working with Xfinity, which is now Stateside. Just the opportunity that I've had to not have to bring anything really. Like I can show up. They have their own sound system. People have open bar and food, you know, so it's nice to have that organized where I can kind of focus on the experience, and we're able to partner with, you know, some alcohol brands. We had Kevin Hart obviously there for, I think, were you at that one or no?
I don't think I was, no. That's sick.
Yeah, but we've gotten to work with some really interesting people, but also like Philly-based
Yeah.
celebrities is cool because they love the Eagles and you
Yeah.
know, they kind of embrace the city around that time of year.
Yeah.
So.
What was that Kevin Hart thing like? Well, what even
Not what I expected, honestly. He was super cool. Not that I didn't think he was going to be cool, but he kind of like was next to me pretending like he was DJing.
Right.
So, you know, leading up to it, we didn't really find out he was coming until about a week before. And, you know, the Grand Cormino team was able to put together just a solid plan of how we were going to get him in there. But he, you know, once he was comfortable, he embraced it and kind of got on the microphone. You know, he was taking pictures with people. So I expected him to be outgoing and, you know, just like a nice guy, but he stayed for a little bit longer than I thought. And, you know, it was the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
So, you know, he was going into the game. He was hyped up about the Eagles.
Yeah.
And it was a cool experience to have him part of it.
Yeah, I was going to ask why he was there for that game in
So we
particular.
partnered with his tequila brand. So he's part of, he's, I think, the ambassador, but also he's a huge part of the whole brand of Gran Cormino.
Oh, okay.
So they have tequila, and that was his tequila. He's on the bottle.
Yeah. Okay.
He promotes it on his social media too. So we partnered with them, and then they brought him in as basically appreciation that we were working with this brand.
Oh, very cool.
So that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, your Eagles presence has evolved, like you said, dude.
See, the schedule came out today.
Yeah. They're going to
You gonna go
London.
to any games?
Yeah, I mean, if it's up to me, I won't miss a home game. If it's up to me.
So then you should be at the tailgates then.
Let's run it. I have to.
You got a new spot.
Well, yeah, like you said, it was started off in G lot, or maybe it was somewhere else before that.
That was G.
But when I started, it was G. And man, next thing I know, now you're partnering up with, now like you said, it's Stateside Live, but before it was Xfinity Live. How did that partnership happen?
So the partnership happened. Fortunately, I was able to, be friends with Jay Roy. So Jay's the entertainment director, and recently he was promoted to, kind of overseeing the whole country for live properties. So live is all across the country. There's about 17 or 18 venues. They have Kansas City, St. Louis, Baltimore. They have a lot of different venues across the country. But he kind of like introduced me to some of the people that, were able to make it happen there. And also I had the opportunity to kind of just bring it from the parking lot into that grass area. And then as this will be our 4th year, since year 1, every year we've kind of upgraded it. And so that's kind of how it happened. But also the new construction is very cool because it's a solid opportunity to kind of grow with them because it'll be as of the 28th or the 29th, they're opening their whole entire new construction, basically, that they've been working on for the renovations, at least for the last couple of years. So I'm excited about this year because I have an indoor and outdoor space. Last year, due to construction, I had to move inside, so it was a little bit of a adjustment, but also, tailgates, I like being outside even if it's snowing. It's a football game, people want that experience.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we'll be outside as well in the fall. And I saw that they just announced the first home game. So I'm looking forward to getting that together.
Let's go, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a crazy come up for me where we're doing our thing and then, oh no, DJ Smooth, now he's officially affiliated with Stateside Live or Xfinity Live at the time. It's just, yeah, I mean.
And you're still friends with Kelly, right?
Absolutely.
So I went to high school with her. That's how we met.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta hit her up, be like, we're hitting the Smooth.
She should have been sitting right next to you.
That's true. You're right, dude. She was always there. I was always there. My most fond memory. It was such a funny freaking thing. I didn't miss any home games. I'm not sure which year it was, but we were always at the tailgate and going crazy, moshing, doing whatever. And I step away. I have to use the bathroom. So I step away. And as I'm trying to find a place to go, I look over a little ways away from the mob of people that you have just going crazy. And there's this little tiny old lady just walking towards, like she has a destination. Her destination is not this group of people.
She's just walking through.
But the destination is on the other side of these people. And I'm like, what is about to happen? She has nowhere else to go. What's about to happen? I take my time. I come back. Squeeze through all my friends and stuff. This little old lady I had just seen is now in the middle of everybody, breaking it down, busting out these moves.
So it's so funny that you say that because I still see like Barstool or whoever uses the video, and people don't realize that was from our tailgate. It's so funny.
That's what I was saying.
She was like 90 years old.
What a saint.
Yep.
Yeah, that clip went viral and stuff.
I think it's still getting recycled around.
So funny, dude. So funny.
But that's why I enjoy, because it's not just like 21 to 30. I feel like some of my friends' parents are starting to come. Like it's a fun experience whether you're going to the game or not.
Yeah.
And now that they'll have the outdoor space open, they could fit 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Right.
for an Eagles game. So it's a good experience to be able to segue from the tailgate and then just watch the game. You don't have to go in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're right. People will go down just to be in the area.
Right.
They're not even going to the game. You know, there's thousands and thousands of people down in the space all day. It's almost like sometimes if you get to the game closer to start, you're not going to hit the traffic because everybody else has already been down there for hours just getting after it.
That's when I used to, I don't even know if you know this, but if the tailgate started at 8 or 9 o'clock, even in G-Lot, I would be there at 4:30 in the morning because I'm waiting to get into the lot. It opened at 6. And then I would sit there for 3 hours until people showed up. Because if I didn't get there early, I wouldn't get the same spot that we got every week.
4:30.
But now I don't have to get there till like 9. Like I just show up and I can set up.
I didn't even think about that now you're set up with all the equipment. You don't have to do all this labor. It really is just gotta be so much easier for you now.
It's a lot easier for sure.
Yeah. Well, when you're not DJing, what's your life look like? What else are you into when you're not working? I mean, you know, we already said you wear a bunch of hats.
Yeah, so I think for the most part, especially looking forward at the next few months, I'm going to spend a lot of time down the shore. So I rent a place every summer in Sea Isle. I've probably been doing it for 10 years. So that's kind of fun. And I'll spend, you know, between now and Labor Day, most of my time down there, even during the week, or I'll come back and forth to Philly. So I enjoy the shore. I enjoy being on the water. You know, jet skis or a couple of my friends have boats. So, you know, if I'm gonna relax, I like to be down there.
Gotcha.
And then I do travel a decent amount, so I'll go to Florida, or I do have a couple weddings coming up in Italy, so that'll be fun.
A couple.
I just got booked for my second. Yeah, so I have one in September in Florence. And then next June, I just finalized with a couple for Sicily. So within like 9 months, I've never been to Europe, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be great.
So that'll be 2 within like 9 months.
Oh my gosh, a wedding in Florence. That's going to be...
I'm very interested. And the one in Sicily, actually, they have like a rave-cave for their after party, apparently. So you'll have to look it up, but it's basically... It's part of where the reception is, and then you can kind of go underground to this area, and you can DJ in there, which it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, rave cave.
Yeah,
sounds sick, dude.
So, and I've been out of the country, but never to Europe.
Right.
So.
Where else in the United States have you traveled to work?
L.A., which we do some of the Eagles. So I'm hoping that I could do San Francisco. They're going to be at the beginning of January, I believe.
Away games, you're saying?
Yeah, so I partner with Fans of Philly, and they have a DJ that does most of their games, but you know, Joe and I are able to kind of pick one game a year maybe where I'll promote it and get a lot of people to come, you know, on the trip, but also the tailgate. I'll DJ the tailgate and then go into the game. So the last 2 years we did LA, so they played the Rams and then they played the Chargers this past year. So, you know, I'm hoping to get also to Chicago. But typically, you know, Fans of Philly, I don't know if you know who that is, but they have a really solid following. So anytime there's any away games for mostly Eagles, they'll do like the Phillies were in London, they'll do Flyers playoff games. But for the most part, you know, anything you could think of, if the Eagles are traveling anywhere, playoff, Super Bowl, he organizes trips for people basically that don't want to spend the time and resources to figure out how they're getting there, how they're getting in the game. Mm-hmm. So he offers different packages where you can have the tailgate, you can go in the game, you get a flight, hotel. He'll map all of that out for you. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, all these Eagles fans, that's how they travel. So there's a couple different groups, but
yeah,
Fans of Philly is definitely my favorite to work with.
I'll have to check them out. The Eagles fans are, man, I mean, not telling you anything you don't know, but boy, they are loyal. And we travel everywhere.
Yep.
I went to one away game in Miami, and I swear, at least 60%. I'm being very...
Oh, I agree with you. LA was like every 8 out of 10 people were Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have, you know, I mean, I guess the Chargers used to be, but the Rams are from St. Louis.
Right.
So.
People have no loyalty for
exactly. That. Yeah, but the whole stadium was Eagles.
Yeah.
And that was cool. So
what I'm starting to to see is like you've made so many connections. That's really the name of the game.
Right.
Do you attribute that to just maybe you say yes to a lot of things? You take opportunities that are presented to you, and through that, you'll meet this person, you'll meet that person, and it'll just grow from there? How have you been able to do that?
It's a mix. I think, to be fair, though, a lot of the things I say no to, I wind up finding that some of the best things in life that I have gotten opportunities to do is because I said no to something else.
Right.
Or I start saying no to things that aren't aligning with what I'm trying to do. So I think you have to realize first before you start networking with people is what are your goals, what's your vision on short term, long term. But as I move forward, I think a lot of the connections are just reputation at this point.
Yeah.
If you do what you're going to say you're going to do, or you just treat people good, I feel like people will want to work with you anyway.
Yeah.
So when your name gets brought up, whether you're there or not, I think people start gravitating more to want to work with you. So I feel like, just like you said, genuine. I try to be as genuine as I can, and if I say I'm going to do something, I'm doing it. I'm not going to book a wedding or an event and then an hour before back out or send somebody else, right? If I say I'm going to be there, I do it. Or, I try to be professional in settings, even if I feel like I should say something, I kind of just,
What do you mean
bigger
by that?
person. Just in general, just in life, or
Okay.
especially in the industry that I'm in, you can kind of get caught up with certain things that can escalate if you don't keep to yourself. So I think it's good to just stay in your lane, and people gravitate more towards you if you're consistent. And like I said, I think always looking at the networking piece is if you have something to offer somebody else instead of just taking.
Yeah.
So I try to be more of a partner, even if we go into venues that call us, I'm trying to figure out how can we represent them, even. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I think the connections piece is more like establishing a brand as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I spent a lot of time on the social media part, website, if it's consistent. And again, you have to kind of be present too. I've gone out so many days where I'm like, I need a break. I want to hang out and sit inside and do nothing. But I'm, on my days off, I'm going out to see people in the industry, or, like for a DJ specifically, you have to show face and meet people, and not just message them on Instagram or email and say, hey, can I have gigs? So I think there's a lot that goes into it, but starting out, I think it's important to like really establish what you can control, which is definitely, brand, logo, reputation. Like you can control if you're reliable or not. So
You give me something to chew on right there. Don't just message anybody. You got to show up.
right,
Yeah, that's different.
because everyone's doing that, especially
Everyone's
today.
messaging.
Everyone's on social media. You can message someone, but I don't even answer people usually.
Right.
If depending on what they say, like if you just texted me, I've never met you before, and you'll say, hey, can you book me at,
Yeah.
they'll see I'm booking somewhere. But if they would have just said, hey, can we have a conversation
Yes.
about how we can partner together, that's different.
Right.
Because maybe there's something that we can both benefit
Yeah.
from.
Hey, dude.
So
Well, I didn't get you on here until I saw you in person here at the restaurant you're coming to eat. So I'm saying, like you, I was like, my boy DJ Smooth. I got him now. Let me ask in person.
yeah, but I was happy to do it though because it's mutual. Like
Yeah.
You've also come and supported me.
Yeah.
I wanted to come here to support you, but also the food's good. So
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. That
you
doesn't hurt.
You just happen to be here too. But
Yeah. No,
I
just to
think
your point.
you want to work with good people though too.
Yeah.
So just like your staff, you find people that are loyal. It's hard to find that. So.
Right. Well, you mentioned you needed to have a vision for your short-term and long-term goals. What is your vision for your brand currently, short-term and long-term?
So it's changed a little bit recently, just more quality. So we are taking on a lot of events, but as we move forward, the luxury piece is very interesting to me. So we're going to be part of the Modern Philly magazine for weddings. So we've definitely transitioned into weddings mostly. That's 80% of our business. And, you know, working with Chess Cafe, Finley, you know, a lot of these powerhouse catering companies in Philadelphia. We're also working at venues that they have, but also, you know, Four Seasons, some of these high-end events. I think we're getting into a lot of these circles now, so we're kind of structuring our brand around that to kind of match what some of the clients are looking for. So everything, in my opinion, if you want to be successful in this industry, you have to offer an experience, not just everything else that everybody else offers, like showing up and just playing music. There's a lot that goes into my thought process before the event even starts, like meeting with a client and checking in, even if they don't need anything, but kind of building that rapport. And then at the event, you guys, it's not the first time you're talking to them, right? So they kind of expect and they're confident that you're going to do what you guys talked about. And that's ultimately where we're spending a little bit more time on the little details, for sure. But we definitely are targeting the high-end events and, you know, not just weddings, though, corporate, and, you know, spending a little bit more time with, instead of quantity, maybe doing less events, but focusing more energy on the planning aspect of that. And then, you know, we do a lot of school events and even mitzvahs, but we're not really necessarily promoting all of that.
Gotcha.
On social. So.
Very cool, man. Well, look, man, you're already killing it. You've been doing it for years. You know, your brand speaks for itself. Can't wait to see what the future holds. And if I don't see you until then, I will absolutely see you at the Birds tailgate. So
are we recording that part? You're not going to have to work all day or anything?
No, I don't work on Sundays anymore. I switch my schedule up. I go to Phillies games on Sundays. I go to Eagles games on Sundays.
So you just basically interviewed me. What's your life like right now?
I'm chilling, man. This is going great. Trying a bunch of new things. I got into acting a few years ago. I take roles here and there. I started stand-up comedy this year. I've done a couple stand-up sets. One good, one not good.
But that checks you, though. You gotta get my shit together.
Oh yeah.
But not every audience is the same either. So.
That's exactly true. So yeah, this phase of my life is trying new things, being consistent, surrounding myself with good people.
Right.
I got a great crew that helps to push me and build me up. I'm really into my faith, always studying my faith, spending an absurd amount of time, as much time as I can with my family, really locking in on that. And
nice.
The combination I've never been more clear-minded, just happier overall. And this has been amazing, getting to connect with cool people.
Right.
Everybody that I'm sitting across is doing different, interesting things, and I'm building those connections, and it's making me think, you know, how can I grow? How can I do this? How can I do that? So it's a beautiful season in life, man. It's really awesome. And summer is upon us.
Did you tell Dick Vermeil to wear a jacket? Or?
No, I did not tell Coach Vermeil. He just well, they were going out to a nice dinner afterwards. So
gotcha.
Well,
I'm wearing a T-shirt, so you know,
he looks like $1 million. This guy looks good.
You never know. It's always good to catch up, and I'm happy that you're doing well. I think it's important to kind of like give people a little bit more information sometimes, and life can just happen really fast. So it's cool to kind of connect and offer, you know, education and really help people out that don't know where to start. So
yeah.
I think being like a good leader, but also, you know, being approachable, I think I'm starting to learn more about that. As you mentioned, thinking clearer. It's important to give people opportunity, but not, you know, if they're not successful, you blame yourself, not somebody else, right? You got to teach them and train everybody. So it's something that I'm learning and trying to challenge myself to, you know, be better. And it's, you know, if you run a restaurant, there's people that aren't as experienced, but they don't know any better because, you know, they're not doing this for 10 years, like, or however long you've done it. So I'm curious, how do you manage that, and would you have a training program when you bring in new people?
We are so not formal whatsoever. That's like our thing is just being
relaxed.
Absolutely. This is a family place. We are like anti-corporate in basically every way. I love what you just said. Nobody can grow as a human being if they are going to blame somebody else.
Right.
No matter what happened, you could have done something differently to change the outcome. So as I've grown in this role, being a teacher, being more versed in the industry, I've just been really, I don't want to say proud, but happy with the culture that we've been able to have across all of our restaurants, and just keep that going, man. That's what, again, as time goes on, what separates us in a way. Training up everybody, taking care of the customers, just going above and beyond for customer service. And when people walk in,
you probably feel like you're in their living room.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what we want. That's what Dad started, and we want to always keep that going. So training and just getting people to buy into what we're doing.
Right. And you have their back when something doesn't go right. You're not screaming at them or.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll take some notes from you.
Well, it's been a blessing, man. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
It's great to see you, man. I appreciate you, and God bless you. Good luck with everything, bro.
You too.